The Los Angeles Lakers are a game away from their 17th NBA championship. They are so close after beating the Miami Heat last night. Magic Johnson won 5 championships during his legendary career with the Lakers. After retiring, he created a business empire. He's doing very well. He's the chairman and CEO of Magic Johnson Enterprises. It's known for a wide range of businesses, from movie theaters to a recent partnership with hemp and CBD company Uncle Bud's. I just like saying Uncle Bud's. Johnson is also the subject of an upcoming docu-series about his life and career. And just yesterday, it was announced that the director, Rick Famuyiwa, known for films like Brown Sugar and The Wood, will helm this untitled project. So we spoke with Magic Johnson yesterday about the NBA Finals, his successful business career, and working with Famuyiwa for the docu-series. It's no surprise to anybody that there's now going to be a documentary about your life. How did that come about?
What happened was, after the success of Michael Jordan's documentary, then everybody started calling me up and said, listen, you got a story too.
So do you plan to be very hands-on, or are you going to turn it over to Rick?
Rick, who I've known for a long time, excellent director. I wanted to make sure that I had an African-American who understood me. He grew up watching the Lakers. So he had a sense of me already. I had a sense of him already.
I remember Sports Illustrated cover. You were 31 years old at the time, and you said then, I'm a big dreamer. For some reason, I'd like to own an office building.
When I was young, about 14, 15 years old, I ran into 2 African-American men who lived in Lansing, Michigan, where I'm from, Greg Eaton and Joe Ferguson. And they showed me that we as minorities could own buildings. So my dreams actually changed because of those 2 guys. And so I also wanted to become a businessman after my career was done with the Lakers.
You know what, Irvin, you were thinking about brands before people even thought about what a brand was. So as we sit here today in 2020, what does a Magic Johnson brand mean to you?
Well, first of all, I think it represents all people. It represents giving back, because I love to affect change, especially in urban America, in the inner cities. How do I make the world better? And I think that's what I would say my brand stands for.
Do you have anything that you're excited about right now?
There's a few businesses that are really exciting. I mean, I got into Uncle Bud's, and it excites me because of the fact that it has, CBD. It really helps me in terms of my pain relief as I gotten older. It's harder for me to recover from working out.
Because we should say you're not a doctor, but you're saying this works for you.
I think it works for me, and everybody's got to find what works for them, right? And so if you want to look it up and do your homework, do your research. Hey,
Irvin, does it work on bad knees? I got some bad knees.
Yes, I got some too. That's why I use it. Hey, after all those years on the basketball court, I take any help I can get.
We must talk about basketball for a second. What do you think is going to happen? It seems to me that it's almost preordained for the Lakers, considering all that has happened this year to the Laker family.
All season long it's been dedicated to winning the championship, especially once Kobe passed away. LeBron's been focused. It is hard for me because I love Pat Riley. And if Miami was playing another team, I would be cheering for the Miami Heat and Pat Riley. He is a very, very close friend of mine. But, circumstances, Gayle, when you're playing against my Lakers, I can't cheer against my Lakers.
Miami's no joke, though, Irvin. Miami's no joke.
Yeah, Miami's good. But I think that the Lakers are a better team. And usually the better team wins. And I think the Lakers will win. LeBron is on a mission because he wants his 4th ring.
So there's a matchup between LeBron James and Michael Jordan. Who's winning? Who's a better player in your opinion?
If you're looking for a scorer, it's going to be Michael Jordan, right? There's nobody that can compete with Michael scoring the basketball ever. But if you're talking about all-around game, then you're talking about LeBron James. Now, we got to say Michael Jordan won 6 championships. LeBron is on his way to winning his 4th. So he's just got to catch him in the championships. If he does that, then watch out. Then he can replace the king, the GOAT. But the GOAT right now is still Michael Jordan.
The players took on an activist role, social justice. They spoke up after the shooting of Jacob Blake. They announced a boycott. What did you think when you saw that they had taken that action and decided to boycott?
Gayle, I was proud of not just the NBA players, but also the NFL players, the WNBA players, to see them rally behind George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, on and on and on, has been good because Black lives do matter.
Yeah, you know, when you were a player, the story was Rodney King. And unfortunately, there's a story in the news today, Jonathan Price in Texas. I just wonder, how many more times do we have to hear this story?
Gayle, you and I have been around long enough to understand that, you know, change has to come. It's happening far too many times. We just want to make sure that all people can have equal rights. All people can be safe when they leave their home, and I just hope that we can end this one day.
We all wish that, Magic Johnson. I mean, he said even he still gets nervous when he sees a police car, and we all know who he is.
Yeah.
But he's got such a magnetic smile. He's such a great human being on so many different levels. One of the things I said to him yesterday, one of the things I admire about you is how much you love your wife, Cookie. They've been married for several years, and his devotion to her, he's loud and proud and says she's a big part of the success that he is today. So as for the game, they can wrap it up on Friday, or they could wrap it up in Game 7, but he says it's going to be wrapped up with a Lakers victory.
I love seeing his love of the Lakers.
Yes,
You know, and how deep it is and enduring it is.
It's a special year for the Lakers.
And if LeBron catches Jordan in championship, greatest of all time.
Right.